In a quiet village nestled under a sprawling sky, a young girl named Lira lived with her family on the edge of a vast open meadow. Every night she'd lie on her rooftop watching stars tumble from their places like drops of glimmering rain. Lira always marveled at the sight and wondered where the stars went after they fell. Most people in her village accepted that the stars just vanished, but Lira's heart couldn't believe it. One evening, as she lay gazing upward, she noticed an unusual figure on the horizon. A lone man, moving slowly across the meadow, carrying a long, worn net glistening faintly with a strange light. He moved with purpose, and Lira watched in awe as he swung his net skyward, capturing a falling star with skill only an expert could master. The man, she later learned, was known as the Star Catcher, a mysterious figure known only to a few. Seeing Lira's rapt interest, he paused and with a small nod motioned for her to follow. That was how Lira became the Star Catcher's apprentice. Under his guidance, she learned the way of the stars, their light, their warmth, and the delicate web of the sky they came from. Every star, he explained, had its place in the sky, a role to play in the grand design. But stars sometimes grew weary, he said, or lost their way. It was the Starcatcher's duty to return them home, using his net to pull them back to where they belonged. Lira was a quick learner, nimble and gentle with her hands. She learned how to hold the net steady, how to sweep it through the air just so, capturing the falling stars without letting them slip. With each passing night, she became attuned to the stars' faint hum, a song that only those with a true heart for the stars could hear. One evening, under a sky spilling with the light of countless stars, something unusual happened. As Lira and the Starcatcher scanned the heavens, a particularly bright star began to fall, streaking towards the earth with an intensity they had never seen. It burned with a deep, brilliant blue, so bright that the air seemed to hum with its energy. Lira raised her net, and with a steady hand she caught it, but as she brought the star close, something strange pulsed within it. A faint warmth, a quiet, quivering pulse that felt almost like a heartbeat. This star was different, she could feel it. The Starcatcher, noticing her hesitation, paused and watched her closely, his weathered face unreadable. Later, as she prepared to return it to the sky, Lira hesitated. She lifted the star to her face, and in that moment a memory surfaced. A forgotten dream of a place far beyond their village, a place where the stars lived in a sea of endless light. This star held more than light within its glow. It carried a vision of something beyond the sky itself, a realm she had only ever dreamed of. A question blossomed in her heart. Were the stars truly meant to remain up in the heavens forever? Or was there something else awaiting them, a place even beyond the stars themselves? That night, Lira returned the star to the sky, but the idea remained with her, deep in her thoughts. Over the next weeks, she noticed other stars, each whispering their own secrets. Some stars hummed with familiar sounds of joy and freedom. Others had the soft, melancholy sigh of yearning. It was as if the stars themselves were calling out, not to stay, but to be freed. Finally, one night, Lira made a decision. As she and the Starcatcher gathered their nets and began their nightly work, she waited until a lone, silvery star began its slow descent. With a steady hand, she reached out with her net, but instead of catching it, she gently guided it toward the horizon, letting it continue on its way. The Starcatcher watched, his gaze knowing, but he said nothing. He only nodded, a look of quiet understanding in his eyes. He had spent his life returning the stars, but he had always known that some stars had destinies beyond their places in the heavens. Some were meant to fly beyond what was known, to light the paths that others had yet to see. In the nights that followed, Lira continued to release certain stars, guiding them on their way to lands beyond the known world. With each star that she set free, a strange new light began to fill the sky, a shimmer that neither she nor the Starcatcher had seen before. It was as if the heavens themselves had sensed this shift, a new warmth, a more profound glow spreading through the night. And so the legend of the Starcatcher's apprentice grew. She was known as the one who freed the stars, the one who released their light to go beyond, to blaze new trails across the dark unknown. Lira continued to guide the stars with gentleness, listening to each one's unique call and sending it on the path it was meant to follow. The villagers would say that on certain nights you could see a brighter glow in the heavens, a constellation that moved with a quiet, graceful rhythm, a reminder of a girl who once believed that stars could choose their own journey. And for those who watched the skies closely, it was said you might glimpse a star that had slipped away, free to drift far beyond the sky.